Recording begun.
And Will, if you can play the song again for the recording, just in case it doesn't work in the other record.
Give us a second. We got to start the things up
Yep.
again.
Yep. And while he's doing that, I'm going to retcon a little bit because it occurs to me that his father had been collared and unable to perform magic when he was making these entries into this journal from which pages had been torn. So I'm going to say that his instruction to his wife is on the back inside cover of this journal. Speak the name, and then the song will play from back there. So that way they wouldn't have torn out the pages involved. And it's magic that had been imbued before he was collared.
Right. Yeah, I figured he could still have like used something to put the rune on it or whatever. Yeah, but whichever works.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. So I can replay the song here in a second.
Hush now, darling, close your eyes. Elk stand watch where the mountains rise. Antlers crown them strong and tall, cradling dreams in our misty wall. Rest now, rest while the soft snows sail. Wolf keeps watch over our cozy vale. Their house sings low where the dark pines grow, keeping you safe in our candle glow. Sleep now, sleep as the ravens fly, carrying our whispers to the sky. Black wings gleam in the moon's white beam, gifting you peace in a gentle dream. Dream now, dream in the warmth of home. Moon across the night will roam. We feel her presence even when gone, leading us to a better dawn. Elk and wolf, raven and moon, keepers till morning birds sing their tune. Sleep, little one, safe and free. All of the valley sings with me.
So Footy sees this happen, jaw wagging. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How did I didn't even uh, they didn't nobody I don't think they knew that was in there. What uh can I have uh, what'd you do? And Dusk explains the name difference and closes the book and says the name Raladan, so that Footy can take this copy of the book back to the great readers. They're going to transcribe it for him. They will keep the transcribed copy and return the original to Dusk. And they will say the name over the page and transcribe the song into the record and keep that with their written copy and return the original to Will Dusk uh, later this day or the next day. And as Footy is explaining how that's all going to work and that it'll take them a little time, but they'll get that done, Janusi returns and or enters the hearth where you're all having breakfast.
So yes, so Janusi will come in, kind of sweeping in, and just survey the group. and sort of like is a little like okay. Uh, he's like, did I? I'm sorry. Did I? Am I interrupting something?
Oh, Keeper
Uh,
Janusi, you're never gonna believe it. This gentleman here, this is a foundling book. A found the f- the- it belonged to his father. He asked for information about the town he grew up in, and this is the only document I could find, and it turns out it's a journal written by his father.
Curious. Hmm. What are the odds?
I'd say small, sir.
Exceedingly small.
Yes, exceedingly
Uh,
small, sir. Yes.
well, I guess it is been written in fate itself that you have shown up on Candlekeep today, Master Hearthfire. Um, I'm sure we can arrange to have this property returned to you and your family, but as I'm sure Sprig is already arranging, we just need to document everything associated with it. Fortuitous indeed for you. Of course, that is not why I'm here. I returned to see how the lodgings were to your liking and ensure your stay is so far going smoothly and you all slept well. I hope. He just looks for
Yeah.
any confirmation from anybody at all. And here is that I thought it would be good, given the conversations that we were starting to have and the requests that were starting to be made. Why not just? Uh, I'm going to cordially invite you all to have dinner in Exaltation, which is the main the citadel of Candlekeep, where my office and the offices of the great readers are. But I'm cordially inviting you all to share dinner with us tonight in Exaltation with the great readers, myself, First Reader Bookworm, and
You
of
all seen
course,
Footy standing behind his left shoulder has
and
gone sheet white. Like he's sweating a little bit. Okay.
and Footy, you are more than welcome to attend. But if you have other things that are more important to attend to, you are expected to use your best judgment as always.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And of course, yes, we will. If there's anything you'd like to discuss amongst the readers, their knowledge is encompasses all sorts of areas of interest, of historical, political, geographical, to the more arcane, more uh, uh, infernal, abyssal, celestial nature, to things of the wilds, of beast and leaf, to the things the heavens and far beyond, stars, moons, planets, and beyond. I might insist on saying, uh, kind of winking at Nebby a little bit, who fell asleep in her chair, unfortunately. So she didn't feel it. Unfortunately, our Nebby is fading because she had an early day today.
Oh no.
Yes, and she was also very busy during the day socializing with people. Not because she wanted to, but anyway.
Wanted
Um,
socialization.
yes, so of course, you are all can join us at 5 o'clock bell sharp. Exaltation. And he hands out some scrolls just in case they give you any hassle. Use these to pass through the emerald door. This will ensure that you get through. Otherwise, you'll have a very hard time indeed.
Emerald door.
Yes, yeah,
I bet it would look better in purple.
Well, many things look better in other colors.
This is nice. She's just like stroking her necklace.
But yes, so that was all. I'm glad that some information was able to be found for your inquiries, even if it seems to be of emotional disturbance in nature. Um, so I will make my leave. Farewell. See you tonight.
Juice, news, bookman.
Maiev is trying to get Janusi's attention.
No, she was saying bye.
Oh,
All I
she's
can
saying
hear is
bye.
like
Okay.
all I can think of is saying "juicy bookman."
Yeah.
Hi, Juicy Bookkeeper.
I
Okay.
love it. Hi, juicy bookkeeper.
So, Dusk's book is whisked away by Footy. Your newspapers can be collected if you're done with them.
Yeah. I got what I wanted.
And what did Footy bring for Snaps?
Snaps got 3 books about Miss Tika and kind of the subject she was looking for. And Snaps has been like leaned up against Foggy as she's doing her research and kind of rolling with the emotional damage. Each time she takes a second to focus back on what she was doing. The first book is just kind of a generalized encyclopedic thing, and she does a lot of digging through it before she finds one line about a death god, not goddess, death god that was driven out of the pantheon in ancient days, and she just gets kind of frustrated with that and kind of ruffles through the rest of the pages and shuts that book and puts it to the side. Um, and the second book is older, and it's some account by an adventurer. Like it's a really old journal by some adventurer who fancied himself as a writer and just was really more self-important than anything. Um, and he is it's all like 10th hand accounts. Um, and at one point she does find a passage about an evil uh death goddess, the wailing lady who gets driven out by a coalition of good gods, and that one pisses her off. Um, and she decides that she's done with that book. Um, and then she comes to the last one, and she had kind of ignored it because it looked really modern, but it kind of turns out to be a research folio, and it kind of takes her some time to get to this one, and it's got a lot of more modern notes in it from the researchers here, the readers here at Candlekeep. But in it, there are mounted, magically protected, and preserved pages, like little scraps of ancient, really ancient stuff. And so she kind of looks at this one, and the subject that she had asked for was pretty broad. Um, but and but she's looking at this one, and a lot of the side notes are about the age of the pages and where they were found and da 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 da. And at one point she kind of gets to a passage, and she probably ends up casting comprehend languages as she's kind of looking at this, and just she wrinkles her nose and just like doesn't that doesn't make sense. And if anyone, if Foggy's right there or anyone who's looking at her,
Yeah.
um,
What's going
she'll
on?
kind of point to the page It says it talks about. I mean, this one refers to her by one of her proper titles, "She Who Comforts," and it talks about some of the gods who drove her out. This one, Devourer of Hearts. But then it says he took as his spoils the Valley of Sun Gold, and that just doesn't make sense. And just Snaps is just very confused.
Yeah, and Foggy's face is just abject confusion as well.
Oh, somebody, God, please ask her what that means, Valley of Sun Gold.
Snaps clearly doesn't know what it means, so she's
Oh,
just like,
all right.
Yeah.
it. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't fit her vibe. Sun Gold Valley, like that just doesn't sound like her. And why would that be spoils in some conflict where she was defeated and driven out? Snaps is just thoroughly confused, and that's all she learned because we decided that there's not going to be much there.
Okay.
Although maybe Snaps will eventually have legend left.
Maybe.
Snaps will just kind of jot down what she learns, and I think at one point she learns that Devourer of Hearts kind of matches up with a god named Tezca.
Ooh. We like that. We like that a lot. Okay. I'm trying to remember the menu items that were ordered. We had Frowold. We had newspaper clippings. We had anything on Maztica, and we had a noblewoman named Rosaverio.
And Smiley.
And a Sterinian as related to someone named Rosaverio. Footy is going to present a scrap of paper on which someone has scrawled notes. It looks like a quickly thrown together family tree of the Vario line.
Okay.
And another name which evades me at this very moment, but ends with a name that you guys are familiar with because you got a letter that said that she had been, or no, maybe it was reported to Rasa in person that her family had decided who she was going to marry, and he was getting impatient for his bride to come back. So these two family trees are sort of listed next to each other, and it at the bottom it says unrequited match. And Footy just offers it to Dusk because he's the one who said Rosaverio, and says, I don't have a lot, but I know that there is a Rosaverio who was supposed to be married to this guy, but she is absent from where she's supposed to be. I don't know a lot of details, except that she's not there, and therefore the wedding has not occurred yet. And her family's experiencing a little bit of shame on the subject. But nobles do what nobles do, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am listening intently, just slow, huge grin creeping across her face, and it definitely looks terrifying.
So there's that hullabaloo, if you will. That seems to be all that we have found with the name Rosaverio.
How far back does that tree go?
Well, I'm sure it goes back much further than this scrap of paper. This just seems to go back to her grandparents. But do you need me to go back further? I can have them go back further.
I was just wondering if you guys went all the way back to the, the order.
The what?
The order.
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding the order. What order? This is the order of birth?
All the way back to it started with an A. Yeah. You know, the knights.
Uh,
The amethyst.
You say, oh, that right. The thing that you may have you and Lady Rasa would talk about occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the amethyst knights, you say?
Uh, uh,
Knights of the Amethyst Order.
yeah, Amethyst Order, Knights of Amethyst Order, all those combinations of words.
And she's just gonna kind of like, okay.
It's like a
She'll sit
family
up real
business.
straight, and she's just kind of like gonna hold on to one half of the necklace and give my word to this sisterhood that I will be the light liberating the little, the shield sheltering the small, and the hand hammering the harmful.
Well, that is a lovely pledge. Um,
Thanks.
I can look into that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Sure. Um, I need to know, Will, if little one would react to hearing that oath.
Um, I mean, unless little bit at this stage in the game had divulged this information to little one by the time they started their third adventure. I mean, I could maybe understand it being a little bit later on, but maybe not in the first like 2 or 3 days that they were in Candlekeep.
Yeah,
Uh,
she probably hadn't really spilled the beans yet at that
Yeah.
point.
not exactly. Although now, you know, hearing this may I mean the little one is probably engrossed in his book right now. He doesn't care about what's going on. Is my guess.
So if you request, Woody will go and get more information about the uh, Knights of Amethyst Order. Did I get that right? Okay, I
I
can
think so.
get more. I can get more information on that, and I'm looking for specifically a vario in the history of this order of knights.
Yeah, it's somebody
Yeah.
probably further up the tree in Ross's Lady Ross's tree, but yes, someone with the last name Vario, I think, is what Maev is looking for.
And
Okay, yeah, we can look into that.
the the rest of them too. I need to remember things better.
Okay. Well, since you're staying for supper, I will go make that request for additional information and present that to you before supper. I can
Thanks.
also tell you I was provided with this general leaflet on the subject of Asterinian, also known as Hlal.
Ooh,
Um,
gimme.
and you may now utilize Google, AasterinIan, I believe. 5E, and the page that I usually use for information. Not on fandom. Nope. Is it fandom? No, it's not fandom. What wiki do I usually use?
Forgotten Realms wiki.
That makes sense. Forgotten Realms.
Flaws.
Yes, there we go. Gonna copy, paste, go. Essentially, you are given a 5 or 10 page document that contains this information. You with me? Paris?
You not hear me?
No, I could not hear you. I could hear you now. Okay, so you followed the link and you're good. Okay, so that's the general information that you are provided in generic because you didn't ask for anything in particular.
Good with me.
Who's getting ow?
Eh?
Somebody was saying ow,
Ow.
ow, ow.
Oh. I hiccuped. He's playing the game over there.
Ah, okay. It
That
was
might be what we're hearing.
Justin in the background. Okay, cool. All right. So that's the information you got on Asterinian / Hlal and Footy trots off. If nobody else needs anything, it collects what's been given and trots off. Oh, and you can keep that paper there about Asterinian. That's just a little leaflet. You can have that. And then he'll run off to go. It's not a book, it's a leaflet. And he'll run off to see if he can get more information about this Aisling, Vario, and the Night Order thing. So there's that. And you're free to do whatever you want to do during the day, or we can skip straight to dinner. I know that Sarah is all used up.
Yeah, she headed to bed already. She's passed out.
Yeah. So what we could do is, I don't know what other activity you all would want to have transpire at this dinner, if anything.
Shenanigans.
You have a shenanigan in mind?
No.
Okay, well that doesn't help then. So I guess what we could do is end the session here, since Sarah needs rest, and I
Yes.
don't have any in particular activity to happen on today day or at the dinner. So we'll give you guys some weeks to decide if there's anything to be done at the dinner, or if we just fast play through the dinner. It was lovely, and let's get on the road. Whatever else y'all want to acquire or do in Candlekeep. I'm going to assume that you will acquire horses and a carriage while you are in Candlekeep.
Yeah, we could
Nothing
be
else.
negotiating over the course of like
Yeah.
a 10-day. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to spend a whole 10-day or if you just want to get a horse and carriage and leave tomorrow. It's up to you. And we will determine that in conversations in the breakfast table chat. And the
Works for
next
me.
session will start, but based on what you guys decide in the breakfast table chat.
My plan is to come up with something Janusi would give you to do, but my brain has been just absolutely incapable.
Like you're going to build a one shot?
Yeah, maybe along those lines, but or something even smaller in scope than a one shot. But something, but I haven't. I had to build a whole thing for PAX East, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it.
and if it worked well, I'd have us as the characters do this, but it is much wilder. Plus, it's aimed at level 3 characters, so. But if I can come up with something before our next session, I'm gonna do my darndest.
Okay, cool.
That was my idea, to have Janusi give you something. That way, there might be a reason to have everyone revisit the wheel of incentivization.
Ooh.
Nice. Nice.
And
Oh yeah,
Gregory will
if
get to experience
well,
it.
the other thing too is if we do decide to hang out for a 10-day, Snaps will have an opportunity to do what Wes just typed in the chat, and
Yeah.
Dusk will have an opportunity to have several messages with his mom in order to acquire more information related to the lullaby, related to the words of the lullaby, to be able
Like it.
to expand at least the culture information of the people of Frowold, if not the location of the people of Frowold.
Yeah,
So if he,
Dusk is probably going to keep it. Is going to tread lightly, and honestly, his inclination right now is not to. Until he knows more information, he's probably not going to divulge to his mom that, oh, by the way, I found one of Dad's old journals.
okay, okay,
Been a while. Don't mean to give you any false hope or anything. Kind of in his mind, he's like, oh, we should wait until either we can figure something out or something
Right.
more definitive.
okie dokie.
All right. Well, for now, I'm going to end the recording there and see if I can fix
Alrighty.
that first
Alrighty.
recording in any meaningful way.
That would be cool. It would be nice if
Fingers
we could save it.
crossed.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye, Gregory.
YouTube.
Adios.